Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elijah Dominguez. I am making this video today in regards to the 2024 presidency of the United States of America and issues with immigration. I do understand that immigration is a huge problem. Being a candidate from the state of California, about 70% is immigrants in the state of California. So I do not mind immigrants. What I mind is when you come in here illegally or you're shipping in drugs illegally. Now, the problem that I have is we need to purge the FBI, the DEA, Homeland Security, the Border Patrols, all these agencies who are accepting bribes from these cartel members. The next issue I need to address is the issue of the northern border. Nobody's talking about that northern border. Nobody talks about Canada and how drugs are coming through the Canadian border. There has been a lack of protection to that northern border in Canada. We need to protect our northern border, not just one half of our border. And we need to strongly enforce these. The next thing I want to do, and the final thing I want to do, is add a green card to each respective country. I want to go and speak to their leaders. I want to talk to them. And I want to throw ideas at them about adding a government building that would allow green cards. Obviously, it would be a co-op, and we would be working with these agencies and hopefully building better relationships with the countries that dislike us. Yes, I'm talking about countries like Venezuela, who we've been treating very poorly. People like Japan, who we treated poorly in World War II. Just because they're allies with us doesn't mean they're friendly towards us. And we have to realize we've wronged a lot of people. And the only way to do that is to build better relationships with these countries. And I think that starts by saying, hey, we want to work with your country in those who want to come to America. We want you here, but we want to make it so that it's readily available to these people. When something is hard to access for somebody, they're not most likely not going to do it. But if we make green cards readily available in those countries of origin that they're trying to come from, Iraq, Palestine, Israel, all these different countries, I believe we could actually make an impact on people immigrating illegally here too, because now it's easier to access. And I believe these are some of the policies that we need to enforce. Purging the federal agencies of corrupt officers and putting them in jail. Protecting not just our southern border, but our northern border. And bringing green cards into bringing green cards into foreign nations and building good relationships and making access easier for those trying to immigrate to America. This is some of the policies that I want to implement, some of the things that I want to do. I'm tired of people saying that these people are immigrating over here. Well, look at everything that's going on. These cartel members are cutting people's heads off. Hamas isn't the only people killing people en masse, and nobody's talking about the mass murders going on in Mexico. And in order to protect these people, it is pertinent that we get these green cards into these respective countries to protect these people, not just to protect our security, but to protect those who are being harmed or feared of being killed. And we can actually do the security searches because now we have better relationships with these countries that we're building, and that is the main goal. Is to build relationships that were broken with these countries. And if voted, I will ensure that these policies are enforced and that the people who are responsible for criminal activity in our government or aiding these are also held accountable. Equal protection for all. That's the reason why I should become president of the United States of America. A law that affects one affects all. It doesn't matter what your race, color, or creed is. If the law affects an individual in a negative way, it affects all of us in a negative way. And the only way to impact those is to create responsible laws that make it easier to access, get rid of corruption, and making it readily available for those trying to immigrate into this country. Thank you, and remember to vote Elijah Dominguez for President of the United States of America. Thank you.